Welcome to Satsang. You can enter. The saying says, a mountain is a mountain, the river is a river. First. Then the mountain is no more a mountain, and the river is no more a river. Then the mountain is a mountain, the river is a river. So the mind immediately comes and says, but then what's the difference with the first and with the third sentences? What does it mean? Or he knows already what it means, but may not be the real meaning. Anyway, it's up to you to see, to reflect, and I just give my reflection, which is just spontaneous now. The first sentence, it's a common sentence. There is somebody there, taken for granted for himself. I see a mountain, and of course it's a mountain. And many arguments to prove the reality of that mountain and that river. And of course, of the observer, of the one who sees it. Then, as it is a relative knowledge, experience, there is a risk that there will be a crack. Oh, but maybe this is not enough. I'm searching something more. And eventually, a search for something else, which can go up to the search of liberation, is into movement. Then, through so many different experiences, one gets the conviction, oh, the mountain is not the mountain, sure. I have seen something else, I experienced something else of another level, deeper than what I saw before. Third, one has attained something, probably what we call wisdom, and suddenly that one says, a mountain is a mountain. A river is a river. What happened? Here, there is an absence of an observer taking himself for real. And so, the risk to crack that realization doesn't exist. So here is just for the sake of saying things look like it looks, probably like before, but it's totally different. There is nobody here to search or to have attained anything. And that is expressed probably by shanti, peace. It's not somebody who is tranquil. There is tranquility. So I bring this, I have no idea if there is any resonance. Maybe it brings you some question, maybe some conviction. Maybe you want to express something else about the subject. Welcome. To my taste, I would add to the third sentence that the mountain is a mountain and the mountain is not a mountain. Together, to bring the paradox. So you have a lot of time, more than usual without satsang. Does it stir up something in you? What did you see? What's your experience? You have to tell something, you see. Because otherwise, or you sleep, which is possible. Or you are wise, which is possible. But I don't believe that everybody is sleeping or everybody is wise. So you have to get an introspection. So you have to question all what you think is real or true, all your convictions. You must get experiences of what you hear. Otherwise it means you are attracted by satsang, but you are not yet in the washing machine of satsang. So, if there is no washing machine, you have to question, but why I'm not yet in? What stops me? Which fear is there? Something. But I don't oblige anybody, so have a good breath. I drink a bit. It is, after all, your space.
Satsang, so I started swimming and I joined the local walking club. And I also tried to, experience what I experienced here alone. And so it's not so much like practice, but I tried to, bring this consciousness in normal life that I experienced in the satsang.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it's practice or not, but
Doesn't matter. We will not care about that.
So I try to, as I say, be here and now in my daily life. Yes, but still, when I'm in the satsang, in this one, or even in my satsang with my students, there's something different about satsang, I realize. So when I'm in this satsang, as well as sometimes in my satsang, I start seeing light around people, around you particularly. And I don't know what that is, but it shows to me that I'm in here and now, deep here and now. That's my understanding.
Okay. In fact, this I will come to you. This sentence, here and now, it's exactly not to mention the time and the space. When a wise man speaks of here and now, it's when he doesn't consider the time and the space.
You're right, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, there's no timelessness. Still there's time for me.
Yes, and maybe for everybody. Time still rises, and time goes also. It depends on the focus of the mind. If the mind is focused, if the mind is activated, there is time. Mind is time. Now, I would express differently. To bring consciousness in the daily life, I know that it is a practice. And it can bring different experiences than ordinary experiences. Means you have the feeling to be more real, more present to the life, to the events of life. Consciousness, you see, it is a word to express who you are. So, does it mean anything to bring who you are in the common life? Who you are is ever here, ever there. So, you have not to bring it somewhere. Who you are is there. It's the only unknown or unnameable that is always present. That you are conscious of it or not. Because the consciousness you speak about is more, I make progress to be more conscious more often, you see, and you can have an attainment about it. But then it's the mind. Mind gets conscious. Mind can get conscious that I cannot be named. I am already myself. But what about when the mind is unconscious? You are still yourself. So you cannot rely on that conscious mind, because it's not always conscious. You can make progress, as I said, some have some attainment of 80%, 85% during their long practice in the daily life, but don't tell me that they are all the time. It's not possible because it belongs to the time. It's an attainment. So, okay, very good. It brings you another vision, another aspect of your life, to the someone who has got that life. Now, maybe it's time to see that the awareness, sometimes somebody speaks of who I am as awareness. That is always here, that your mind is conscious or not. And that you are. That you have to realize. Then you will not make effort to make your mind conscious or not. Because the point was to know myself, who I am really, and not to be someone conscious at a certain percentage. Am I clear?
Yeah, there's a difference between being conscious and awareness.
That's what I try to explain.
That's what I thought I heard.
Mm-hmm. That's
But
what I try to explain you. For example, don't think now. Just have a moment of free yourself from thinking. Can you? Just now. Just drop all what you know, all what you said. Just you do it? What is here as a question? Could you bring the same question to me? So the question you bring is your mind wants to grasp, to know who you are, but it can't. It comes after. When you drop everything, including the one who was concerned with all these subjects, what's there? Are you able to say anything about it? And yet you are it. Yes or no?
Well, this is what I'm practicing. To go to be more and more thoughtless state.
Okay. But you see, yeah, to be thoughtless is a matter of a split second. It's not to be in a state of thoughtlessness. Imagine if you are thoughtlessness in this world, may work for some time, but may not also. You may be put in the mental hospital also. So, the indication of drop your mind, drop the activity of your mind, is just to get a glimpse, to have an occasion, a moment of realization of who you are. That's enough. And then when it looks like you are again taken by the life and all that, is it important for who you are? No. And yet now there is a love or an inspiration to sometimes still taste that. And naturally you give sometime a new split second to just be without anything. But that is your growing attraction for who you are. It's no more to search who you are. You know who you are. When you know who you are, means you don't know who you are. And still you know very well that you realize who you are. What I wanted to say? Those questions in the mind drops also. Because it is irrelevant to be more conscious than before in the life. Life is duality, you see, never forget. You are sometimes identified, you are sometimes not identified according to your past. This is more or less extended. But the point is to search, free, to be liberated is to be liberated from all those beliefs that I have to attain something. I have to attain this state in my mind of constant consciousness. It's a big concept. Yeah.
It's a concept that I've been taught by, books and
I know.
teachers.
We understand like this, you see, of course. But then you understand, before you were not understanding that. Then in your journey, you suddenly understand this way. But you are still in the journey. So at some point, you may hear also what I say. It's part of what I tell you. You may hear also what I tell you. It's part of the journey, you see, to change on concepts about liberation. Sure, it happens sometimes that at once all the concepts go. It's rare. Generally, we have some time because we drop and then again we form a new one in a deeper one and then we have to drop it and, But at some point then it's radical. Oh, enough. Why should I keep anything about it? It will be fake. The mind cannot make it out. So the question is, do I prefer to keep a concept or do I prefer to realize myself? That's up to everyone. Huh? But definitively, if you keep a concept and that you are successful, quite successful, you will look more like somebody free than a real free man. So it's a choice. More question? Is it you can drop it forever? That question? So you kept it in a drawer?
I'm sure it will come back.
But why don't you want to dig the subject? Because if you are sure that it will come back, you keep it. You keep a concept. Or you may be attached to that, and so you keep it. But surely that delays you. Huh? Whatever you keep delays is a delay. Often we are not conscious, but Satsang makes it often conscious, what we keep. Now it's conscious. So, because it is not think about it, it is don't think about it. And that's possible when you realize, of course, otherwise the mind, which is still existent, taken for real, it will come back. The mind will come back, even if it's quiet and suppressed for some time. So.
For me, it seems like the more I look in the right direction,
Yes.
the more I free myself, like this.
Okay.
Which means I'm not free now.
You think so?
Yes, yeah.
You think so? Because you compare. You compare some of a few weeks ago and some now, because some makes progress, it goes into the right direction. Actually, the right direction is to drop all directions. So here, are you not free here? Directions are in the mind. Only.
I sort of see this.
Okay. Then you have to value it more than any thought, any direction which comes in your mind. Value it. Fall in love with that.
And if things appear that I call like issues or unconscious things,
Let them appear, you don't need to swallow them.
I feel like I have to work it out. Like
You are not in a course of psychology. This is more direct, but for that you have to trust that it's a direct path. Anyway, this psychology comes up because everything is stirred up, you see. But I don't say to work on it. They work out because they appear in front of you to leave you if you don't start to work on it. For me, whatever appears is to leave you. Let them go. Don't be concerned. It's the way they burn out in this direct way. So fall in love more with whatever doesn't appear. To be freed from that one taken for real, this I, you see, is a very efficient and direct moment. So where are you now? You consider something.
I was asking in the beginning.
You like to keep the concept that you are not free. You are not free
No,
as a human being.
I don't like.
Then leave it. As a human being, nobody is free anyway. But we speak
But
of
it
you.
appears to become more free, no?
It appears, yes, because he's very happy to make progress in some direction. But in the end, you still have to question. No, I'm a total pure. The unconscious, all my unconscious became conscious. Imagine it's not possible. And now only, what? You will not ask, who am I? Because you will love it too much. So, in illusion. But it never happens anyway. Because this duality is infinite. You die before reaching infinity. You die in illusion. You see the myriads of sun outside of all these universes. It's the same inside. You can explore more and more, more and more, more and more. You will never reach the end. Outside, inside. So that is the magic of the time and space. So be freed from this attachment to that exploration. If you want to be peace itself. What are you doing now? Tell me.
Yeah, I think I'm going somewhere.
Yes. You see the force of habit. Just the moment we speak, you don't even give a moment to be freed from your mind, from directions. Try. It's the only way. Be strong. You have to say no to the infinite world that you take for to be you. What I say, you see, this direction is not to have a life like that, is to create that possibility of split second to realize yourself. Don't mistake.
Not to have a life like what?
Like a constant consciousness,
Yes,
or whatever, or pure of conscious and unconscious and so on. It's not a formula for life. It is to create just now. Why not, Sam?
Create it just now? Create what?
Create just now the possibility to free yourself by yourself.
Yeah.
And, but first do it, and then we see if you say and. And what? What do you mean? And what? You still love the talk of your mind.
Not really.
Well, but even a percentage is enough. It's uncompromising. Yeah? That split second is uncompromising. That's why it's called liberation. You have a split second liberated from all what you grasped. Actually, who you are is never liberated. It was never bound. But because you bring those convictions, one speaks of a split second for you to have this opportunity. But you have to do it. I can just express what to do, but you have to do it. Mm-hmm. Yes, Parvati.
My reflections have gone a little bit in this direction that you're touching. You had asked us the question last time, are you still searching?
Yeah.
And the immediate in me,
Yes.
I'm still searching. And then I was wondering, well, what do I really search?
Yeah.
And it came to me that I search and experience. And then I know now that experiences are illusions, and they are bondage. So actually I'm searching bondage if I seek an experience. Is that correct?
Yes.
So the only way really is to keep quiet.
Yes. And value it. That's what I say. You see, you're from Switzerland. You know how excellent is the chocolate.
Yes.
If we give you French chocolate, you will not give much value to that. I don't say a Belgian one. A French. So in that way, you see, in that way, value this spontaneity, this deep conviction that actually I have to keep quiet because you have tell me if it is not true, you have a flavor that you love it. Even if it is half of a second, you know it's cherishable.
Yeah.
So no, it's a million times better than a Swiss chocolate. And all the rest are chocolate of different other countries. The Swiss will not even mention they exist. So in this way, is the value, you see. We are so used to be attached to things which looks great or cherished or whatever, that we value what one hears in Satsang and that. Because the mind has this power to make you believe it's cherishable, making you forget the end of the cherishable thing. Huh? So, know it's valuable. And sometimes maybe you have to make force on you, but then remember, after all, I dedicate so many years to this search. I'm not a fool. It's because there is something there better than what my mind suggests. Now, if you can't, go for experiences. Go, but I trust totally that you will come back to hear this. Keep quiet now. You will not be happy. And if you think still so, explore. Explore more. You can get happy in this world, but tell me frankly, how long?
This is it.
And then when it goes, you do everything to have the same happiness, and it's a bit different every time, and so and so. Oh, it's a complication. So when it comes, great. But when it goes, great too. You have to get this attitude now. But don't search for it. Anyway, can you control? Not much.
Ganga, when you say you have to keep quiet, right? There's a doing there, right?
Yes.
So that doing leads nowhere anyway, right?
It depends. If you keep quiet, yes, you know that it doesn't lead you anywhere. That's true.
Okay. And then how do you associate that with the last thing you just said to Parvati? Anyway, you cannot control. So
You
how
can-
can you say you have to keep quiet? How does it match with you cannot control?
I like contradictions.
Okay.
For me, if you don't do everything to get free, it's not the world which will help you in that way.
Mm.
So you can say, okay, this incarnation I try my best, it doesn't work and all, but it will not help you. I know that, you see.
Yeah.
I know that it's only when you have that trust
Mm.
that you really want and you will do it before you die, that this will happen. Maybe you cannot control because your life had to be this way. But then, you see, I don't care because the one who does it, what to say? I think here again, we speak of different levels. The life itself you cannot control. But if you say so, you will never realize yourself because you say, okay, that fire is not very big in me, but I cannot control. Okay, but then it's all right too. Okay, you know. So I speak to those who have this fire.
And of course,
Ah,
I understand.
Yeah.
But then at some point, this have to keep quiet is in contradiction with just being quiet. Because there is a doing.
But as I said, keeping quiet is a direction I give. And direction is to give you the occasion of that split second of total quietness.
Okay.
After you don't need any indication of the satsang, it will not speak to you. It will not be adequate. Okay. Yeah. You were this time in Budapest? In Satsang?
Once, yes.
Which one? Which day?
I don't remember.
Because I remember I'd only 3 days, so I remember. Okay. So we are less in number. If you like, you can ask something.
Perhaps later.
Yes. You lost your friend? You see, if you have not deeply tasted that keeping quiet, that sentence, that word, that direction, you've realized yourself, no doubt about it. And then the appearance continues, as I say. And at some point, instead of going into searching more happiness somewhere else, suddenly, let me keep quiet. Shh, fed up with this samsara. At once, you are in the peace you are ever. Nothing happens. So this has to be cherished. It's a magic word, you see. Because you cannot, since it's not about being conscious all the time in the daily life, I'm conscious of taking this, I will not drop, the bottle and so on. It's not about that. There is some jerk, which blows it at once without creating again a seeker, which happens when you have glimpses. Then again the seeker is coming back, but not when you really kept quiet.
Instead of seeking, you celebrate. Celebrate is nice.
You read this word where? May I ask you? Tell me, be frank. Where did you hear?
No, you let things happen to you and you celebrate.
Yeah, but where did you hear or read this word?
Celebration.
Yes.
The Zorban.
The what?
Zorba the Greek.
Okay.
No, but I know that you took it from somewhere.
Could be. But that's how I express. I can
Okay, I like it, yes.
I like
But
to
why
celebrate.
to say celebrate?
Why not? Life is out there.
All the time you celebrate.
99%
Your friend dies, you celebrate.
99% of the time, you have to get room to something that you
But
unexpected.
everything is wonderful, even pain. But you will not say I celebrate. I don't like this one.
No, I like
No,
it. I
no.
like it.
No, it gives a concept. Osho used it 100%.
You see, but the concept, a concept it's a concept. But I'm not deriving my identity from the concept. I'm just using the concept to
build
celebrate.
and
To
like.
celebrate. I'm not using the concept to aggrandize or perpetuate my
Yeah, yeah.
separate self.
No, it's okay to. I
Yeah,
think
it's-
be freed from that. It will be a better celebration. I tell you. Be freed from that. Because you see, then life, you celebrate life. Life takes so much importance then again. No, I don't like it. But you can like it, but I don't like it. I just tell.
I think it's important to celebrate because then you cannot function in the world. What to do in the world if you don't? Now you know it's not what you think it would be. Like I said in our previous talk, Maya stays, illusion goes. You know, there's something behind it, but you still want to celebrate.
But what is something behind Maya? What is this something behind Maya? Tell me. You know. You said you know. Okay, I believe you. You know there is something behind Maya. What is it? No, tell me.
Celebration.
Tell me.
What can one say about it? What can one say?
It's yourself.
I know. What can one say?
Yourself. It's yourself. It is not something behind Maya. It's yourself.
And what's better?
You are absorbed in yourself.
Yes, but
Celebration, no celebration, everything is...
what better relation to have with yourself?
But there is no relation. It is yourself. Maya is yourself. There is no relation. When you are yourself, there is no relation.
Okay.
That's what I say. Try. Drop this concept and you will tell me, you will speak beautifully next to my ears. Can you drop it for a week or two? It's like imprisoning, you say imprisoning, putting in jail whatever idea you put on yourself, you see. And when I say yourself, let it be the non-appearance, let it be the appearance. It's imprisoning it. And you get imprisoned by your own concept. Let it be sublime, like celebration. I tell you, it's uncompromising. It doesn't tolerate any image. It doesn't. It looks not good. It looks like, no, let me be liberated from that also. Try.
So then what about equanimity?
Equanimity.
Yeah.
Equanimity means to take everything in the
The
equal.
way it is.
In,
The way it is.
The way it is.
flows, no?
It's beautiful. It's a Buddhist. It's
Yeah,
Buddhist.
It's
huh?
Buddhist. Yeah.
It's Buddhist. It belongs to the Bodhisattvas,
Mhm.
may not be to Buddha.
Mhm.
Because equanimity is a sainthood. You see, you are a saint, you see everybody as your own, as your brother or sister. Equal. Same, you have the same sentiment.
Mhm.
No, they want to help others. They want to help humanity, the Bodhisattva.
Mhm.
So it is their way to really help. Now Buddha, it took care only of one thing, to realize yourself. And there, everything is included. So there is no special attitude which was taught.
Mhm.
No celebration.
That's nice.
It's difficult if you come from a Osho community, no? To let go of them.
Me?
If you come from an Osho
yeah.
background, it's difficult to let go.
But I don't know him well. I don't know
No, I
him
don't
well.
know.
Whatever. I
So
don't.
I didn't understood. Sorry.
No, I said if you come from an Osho background, from a sannyasi background, it's difficult to let go of this idea of celebration.
No, I think it's not difficult because inside of me there was this. There is this strong will of knowing myself, knowing the purpose of all this, knowing why there is something when there could be nothing. So that questions rose very early in myself. So it's important to me. So I can let go in everything just to focus
That's
on that.
nice. I like it.
But I came to a place.
Yes, I know.
Which
I want to remove the carpet of that place. That's liberation, you see. No carpet. No resting place. No known place. Okay? Try. No refuge.
sure what, but all these ideas I had about what liberation is, or just somebody that wanted to, it's all just gone, and I feel like I don't know where, but part feels like they use the feet. The feet.
A defeat of the mind, yes.
And
Yes.
this thing about wanting something is also like,
Yeah. Defeat. You're totally defeated. What remains? Don't look at the defeat.
yeah,
Look where it leaves you. Finally. Yeah, all the efforts of the mind, they just break. Nothing will do. Nothing in the mind will win. Freed from the tyranny of mind. That's what you wanted. Too late anyway now. It's too late.
I would have known before.
Sure, that is true. And yet not. Now you keep quiet. No, you can laugh, you can do whatever, but you keep quiet. He's defeated.
I'm trying to figure out what it means for me, what you just said to me. So, when you said at the very end that if I, or at least by keeping quiet just one instant, then there's no interest in samsara any longer. You said that. So,
Well, I didn't see that. Okay, continue.
this distinction between samsara and nirvana and all applies to making distinctions. Right? Nice to making distinctions.
Which are looking like real for the one who experiences it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, it looks like the way that I live my life is led very much by an attraction to beauty, to joy, to love, to peace and all that, in whatever circumstances, whatever. Like 2 days ago there was an extreme weather, very strong, intense weather that one could describe as bad weather.
Yeah.
In that bad weather, so-called bad weather, I went to the cliff and found it extraordinarily beautiful. Right? So there was no way to name this is this and this is that. It is just as it is, right? Only. And as it is, when I look at the universe at night, I can only see jubilation. I don't see misery or whatever. I see celebration. When I look at nature, I see... Yeah, but I have a long education in that.
She's a good You look like a good Zorba.
When I was 17, my father came to me with the book Zorba,
The Bible,
and he said, "My son, read."
That's very nice for education.
Yeah. So, I know pain. I've known pain. I know pain. And I know the beauty of pain also. It's not that I will distinguish and make it as something that has to be... So, this... this so-called samsara, I don't see it like that.
But it's beautiful.
I don't see it like that.
I don't want you to see it some differently.
Yeah. No, but you have told me a little while ago, when you're really quiet, you will not be interested in samsara. I'm not interested in samsara.
You
I'm just living the world.
understand me.
Uh-huh.
You understood maybe very well, but you don't understand when I say, keep quiet. What do you live? What's there?
Quietness.
Not even. Okay. You are thrown somewhere. That somewhere is who you are. I don't touch anything else. After, and you can see also hundreds of books of poets, free painters, free lives who express themselves, they will speak like you in different ways. This I don't touch. Some will still say, in misery I weep, otherwise I laugh. Some say, I will never weep anymore, there is no samsara. This is the different ingredients of the appearance. There nobody has to even discuss or argue. Here I am, it's a school. Satsang is a school. It's for those who search, I want to be free, or if they don't understand that, I want to know myself. I don't know myself. What does it mean? And all those metaphysical questions we can say, you see. For them, I have some very good indications, which were for me given by my own master, which was the same. He got it from his own master. And all the masters of the world, they say the same thing. They indicate the same thing. So it is not to be applied in the life. It is to be applied to stop the mind, to root out the reality, so-called reality of the mind. That's all, you see. That's all. For the rest, I'm very happy if you don't see any more samsara. This I will not touch. This is... So I am here not to discuss about the life. Let it be before, let it be after. That is everybody's freedom and particular appearance. He was born with a particular appearance and a particular abilities. I speak to those who are thirsty to be liberated from illusions, ideas taken for granted for real. That's all. That's all I do. And so here, if I see anybody searching, keep still an idea of samsara or nirvana, it will be rooted out, both of them, both of the concept, to allow to have this split second not being tyrannized by the mind. That's all. That's all which is trying or done here. But when I see a concept somewhere, since those who come is to be freed, it is intolerable for me to accept it when I hear. But once I'm always run away or come back. So that is also very nice. That's all, you see. Hello. Oh, many new faces today. So we sit 1 minute just to remind yourself that there is something else than simply all what you see, hear, smell, know, touch. It's who you are before you grasp senses and thinking power and so. So for that, just close your eyes and be by yourself. Try not to keep anything in your mind. Just a second to rest. And whenever you want to be freed from something in your life, take refuge here, in the core of your heart, where nothing can touch you, because it is who you are. Very nice. You can go and play. You like apples? Eh?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I think I have to do it.
You enter in the arena.
What I have to deal with in the moment very strong is with deep fear. And the fear is, to make it short, to be myself. So is there something to explain maybe? Since I had a little bit this experience not to go somewhere,
I see I'm more conscious about what's going on also in this one. And in this way I saw, actually I don't know myself anymore because I only do things for others or for ideas of others. So if I take them all aside, actually I don't know anymore who I am. But no, it would be nice. But the fear is there to go for it. To go for myself.
Listen. Which
Okay.
idea you have that you fear? What does it mean for you to be yourself, that you fear?
It's actually not really connected with an idea because then I'm in the same game. It's just to go in the no direction. To do it
But
for
you are
myself.
already in the no direction. Only you think you are in a direction here and there. And you think that you have a fear. You see, you always take for granted that I is bound and I is not all right and all that. You speak of I was fear, who is conscious of this and that and all that. To be yourself is to be freed, to be tyrannized by the thinking, by the mind. By I was the mind. So fear is also a thought, you see.
Yeah.
Then why do you grasp that thought? Tell me. Any thought will save you?
No,
Then why don't you drop that thought?
this is the fear. If, like, I was living like this since,
But who cares?
yeah,
Who cares?
and now to drop this really, there, maybe the fear.
It's a thought. It's just a thought. It's a thought. Who has that thought? I. And to be freed means to just realize that I am not only I. I is included in who I am really. This is realization. And it's already here. Only you grasp ideas. You grasp the idea of that fear because it is linked to something, as if you were not yourself now. Why you think you are not yourself now? You must look at somebody for that. You must look at something for that. No? Yeah. Don't look. What happens? What happens?
This happens, fear.
No, don't grasp it. Don't grasp it. Don't grasp it. No experience of your mind, no experience in your body will mean anything regarding who you are. Don't grasp it. Tell.
I don't feel really free from this. I mean, this understanding is on a certain level
You
there.
go in your mind.
Yeah.
You go in your mind.
Yeah.
Why? Your mind will not free you. Even if he speaks of freedom to you.
Yeah.
So, don't go into the thinking power. Don't go into that movement. Do you see that thinking is, you go into a movement? Do you see that? Keep quiet, don't go. Don't go. Just for a moment, don't go there. Give that moment now. Don't go there. What?
Popped up some idea.
You want to be tyrannized by ideas?
No, I see this.
Doesn't
wanted
make.
to try to terrain.
Listen. It doesn't matter if it appears. You don't want. You need to go there. Do you see every cloud which is in the sky? You see there are clouds, but you don't start to stare at them, except if you are a painter, suddenly you want to copy or whatever. You don't need. For a moment, a split second, free yourself to look, to analyze, to grasp, to go into this movement of look. It's just that. Do it again. What's there? I want to hear.
Much. Something too much.
Do it again. Do it again. I don't see. The sky is in front of me. There are many clouds. If you are not interested in the weather, you don't say it's too much. Who cares? There is too much clouds. I'm not interested in the weather. I want to be free from that preoccupation. You just look at that and you don't analyze if it is too much or too less. Just be yourself. Do it again. You have the concept to have an empty mind all the time. It will always be too much. But when you are freed from the tyranny of it, who cares? Huh? So, like that. So, good evening. Thank you very much.